Welcome to the Bodhi Academy. My name is Amisha Klasu, and in today's video, we will continue with our chapter of class 8, Mensuration. So, in previous video, what we have done is we learned the surface area of cube. That is, we said it is 6L square. 6 because it is the number of faces. And since all the sides are equal in a cube, we only consider the length. Then talking about the cuboid, we said that it is 2 into L into B plus B into H plus H into L, where L is the length, B is the breadth, and H is the height. Okay. So now later we saw about the cylinder, that is we said it is 2 pi r plus h. So we considered the two circular sections of the cylinder to be pi r square and the height of this cylinder. Okay. So now in today's video we'll continue to know about the volume of cube, cuboid and cylinder, and also we'll see volume and capacity. Now, talking about the volume, when we say the term volume, it basically means the amount of space that is being occupied by a three-dimensional object. So now, say for example, the volume of a room is greater than the volume of an almirah kept inside it. So now say you have a room in which there are many things, okay? And there's one almirah. Now, obviously, the volume of that room is much greater than that of almirah. That is why the almirah fits in the room. If the volume of the room was smaller than the almirah wouldn't fit in. Similarly, volume of your pencil box is greater than the volume of the pen and the eraser kept inside it. So they are saying now another example, volume of the pencil box that we use is much greater. That's why our smaller things like our pens, our erasers, they fit inside properly. So now talking about the first shape that we have is the cuboid. So let's see how we find out the volume of a cuboid. So now here what they are saying is that take 36 cubes of equal size. That is, length of each cube is same. Now arrange them to form a cuboid. You can arrange them in many ways. Observe the following table and fill in the blanks. Now what they are saying is that they have given us 36 cubes. So now these are all 36. So 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So 12 into 3 gives us 36. So all these are 36 cubes. So they are telling us we have to arrange them in various ways such that we get a cuboid. And the length of these individual cubes are also same. So now look here. In this first one, they have arranged it in this form. And they have given us that the length is 12, then the breadth is 13 and the height is 1. So the volume of that cuboid will be basically the product of length, breadth and height. Okay. So now similarly they are telling us we have to solve the rest of these shapes. So now here they have arranged it in two layers. Here it was just a single layer. So now here the height is doubling and this length is going to become. So now here the length is 6. The breadth is 3 and the height is 2. So this will be what? 6 into 3 into 2. So that is around 24. 6 3s are 12, 12 2s are 24. So the volume of this cuboid is 24. Now let's look at this one. So now this is basically the same as this one. So what they have done, they have just stacked it up straight. Okay. So now here our length is 9 breadth is just 1 and the height is 4. So this will be 9 into 1 into 4. So 9 fours are 36. So the volume here is 36. And lastly, we have this one. Here our length is 6, breadth is 6, height is 1. So 6 into 6 into 1. So this comes to 36. Now, what do we observe? Since we have used 36 cubes to form these cuboids, volume of each cuboid is 36 cubic units. Also, volume of each, okay, so here there is something wrong. Okay, sorry. Here this is 6 threes are 6 threes are 18 and 18 twos are 36. So now what we observe here is that no matter how you stack up all these 36 cubes that you have, the volume will still remain the same, because firstly their lengths are the same, and no matter how you stack them up, their total volume is still going to be 36. Also, volume of each cuboid is equal to the product of length, breadth and height of the cuboid. From the above example, we can say volume of cuboid is length into breadth into height. Since length and breadth is the area of its base, we can also say that it is area of base into height. So what they are saying is that if we take length into breadth, we say it gives us the area of the base. So this we directly take area of base and we multiply it with the, so that gives us the volume of the cuboid. Now let's try to find out the volume of this following cuboid. So it has, write down here, length is 8, breadth is 3 and its height is 2. So simply we can find the product of these. So volume will be 8 into 3 into 2. So this will be what? 8 3s are 24 into 2. So this will be 48 centimeter cube. Okay. So here the volume of this cuboid is 28 centimeter cube. Now look at this one. Here they have given us only two things. One is 24 meter square and one they told us is 3 centimeter. So now what we will do here is that, so we know volume is given by what? Above we discussed one thing, that length into breadth gives us the area of base. So now in this case, the area of the base is directly given to us as 24 meter square. And they are telling us the height is 3 centimeter. Okay. So now if we have this, now we have to, this unit we have to match with this one. So we know that it is 100 centimeter equals to 1 meter. Okay. So then 3 centimeter is this x. How much is it? So it will be, x will be how much? Will be 3 upon 100. Okay. So x will be 0.03 meters. Now you can multiply these two products. So our volume will be area of base, that is 24 meter square into this 0.0. So this, if you do 24 into 0.0, so we'll get 12,010,600. Get volume as 72 meter cube. Cube because there is meter here, so this will become cube over here. Now let's move on to cube. Now when we talk about cube is very simple and easier to remember. When we say cube, the first thing that comes to our mind is that, now say this is my, okay. So in cube, one special property of cube is that its all sides are equal. Sides are equal. So what will happen here? The length will be equal to its breadth and it will also be equal to its height. So all these are going to be same. If length is 4, breadth and height will also be 4. Okay. So here we can simply say that now since we have said that our length is equal to breadth and length is also equal to height. So if we substitute here, now see, length equals to breadth into equals to height. So now we said it is equal. So we simply do, okay, because all its lengths are equal. So here volume will simply be length into length into length. That is length cube. So that will give us the volume of a cube. Now see here, find the volume of the following cube with a side 4 centimeters. So here it will be 4 cube. So it will be 4 into 4 into 4. That is 4 4s are 16 into 4. So 16 into 4, 64. So our volume here is 64 centimeter cube. Now with a side of 1.5 meter, again we do the same thing, 1.5, and we take the cube of it. So for a cube, we know that all sides are equal. So volume is basically just length cube. Now let's talk about the cylinder. So we know that volume of a cuboid can be found by finding the product of area of base and its height. Can we find the volume of cylinder in the same way? Yes. Just like cuboid, cylinder has got a top and a base which are congruent and parallel to each other. Its lateral surface is also perpendicular to the base, just like the cuboid. Now here to find volume of cuboid, we said it is the area of base, that is length into breadth into the height. Now volume of cylinder will be what? Area of base, that we already know is pi r square into the height of the cylinder. So that gives us the volume of cylinder. So pi r square h is the volume of cylinder. Why? Simply because it's a sphere here or circle here, we know that area of this is given by pi r square, and here only the height of it matters. So now look at this one. Find the volume of the following cylinder. So here we know volume is pi r square h. R over here is 7 and h is 10 centimeter. So pi, if we take 22 upon 7 into r square will be into 10. This we can cancel out, the square will go off. So it will be 220 into 7. So 22 into 7 gives us 154. So 154 centimeter. Okay. So that gives us the volume of this cylinder. Now again here we have area of the base is given to us already. So we know that pi r square here already is 250 meter square. So this we just have to basically multiply the height. So volume is pi r square h. This pi r square is already given to us as 250 into the height is 2. So this will be 500 meter. This will be meter. Okay. So that is how we can find the volume of cuboid and cylinder. Now let's go ahead and look at volume and capacity. Now there is not much difference between these two words. Volume simply refers to the amount of space that is being occupied by an object, and capacity refers to the quantity that a container holds. So when we talk about volume, it is how much of space that object is taking, and capacity is how much of like say I have a jar, how much of water that jar can hold tells us about the capacity. So here are few of the things we need to know. 1 ml is 1 centimeter cube, 1 liter is 1000 centimeter cube, and 1 meter cube is, this comes to 10 lakh centimeter cube, that is also equal to 1000 liter. Now let's try to quickly solve these problems. So find the height of a cuboid whose volume is 275 centimeter cube and the base area is 25 centimeter cube. So here first thing, we already know the volume, and our formula is what for a cuboid? We know it is area of base into height. Now, in this case, what we are asked to find is this. This is given to us, this we know, and this we know. So, we simply rearrange this formula. So, if we rearrange this, we'll go here and we'll get height be equal to volume upon area of base. Okay. So now we know volume of cuboid they have said is 275 centimeter cube, and base area they have told is 25 centimeter cube. So we simply divide both of this. So this will be 5 5s are 5 5s are again 5, and this will be 11. So it is 11 centimeter. Hence the height of the cuboid is 11 centimeter. Now let's go down. A go down is in the form of a cuboid of measure 60, 40, 30. How many cuboidal boxes can be stored in it if the volume of one box is 0.8 meter cube? Now they are saying that there is a go down and it is in the shape of a cuboid, and these are its measures over here, 60, 40 and 30. Now they are asking how many cuboidal boxes can be stored in this go down if each box is 0.8 meter cube. So now here again volume of one box is given to us, and the volume of go down we have to find. That is, we basically find the product of this. So that will give you the volume of the go down. Now, if you have to find the number of boxes that can be stored in the go down, you simply take a ratio of this. So 7200, this if you divide by 0.8 will give you around 90,000. So hence around 90,000 boxes can be stored in that go down. Now a rectangular paper of width 14 centimeter is rolled along its width, and a cylinder of radius 20 centimeter is found. Find the volume of the cylinder. So now volume of cylinder we know. It is pi r square h. Now what they are saying is that the rectangular paper of width 14. So here height is 14. Okay. And the radius is, that is r is 20 centimeter. So sorry, pi 22 upon 7 into 20 into 20 into 14. This is 20 because this r is square, r square it is. So twice. So this you cancel out, and this if you multiply you will get 17,600 centimeter cube. So hence the volume is 17,600 centimeter. Now last, A rectangular piece of paper 11 centimeter into 4 centimeter is folded without overlapping to make a cylinder of height 4 centimeter. Find the volume of the cylinder. Now what they are saying here is that if we consider this 11 centimeter and 4 centimeter, it tells us the parameter of the base of the cylinder, and the width which is given to us, it becomes the height. So let the radius of cylinder be r and height be h. A parameter of the base of the cylinder, we give it is given as 2 pi. So that we already know is, they are saying is 11. So this now you directly substitute and you find r over here. So 2 pi you know is 11. So 2 you do 2 into pi you do into 22 upon 7 into r you have to find, and that answer is 11. So you get r as 7 by 4 here. This then you substitute in the volume of cylinder formula here like this. So 22 upon 7, 7 and 7. So this and this 7 you cancel out. These also you can, this is into 4, right? So this and this you can cancel out. And the rest will give you 38.5 centimeter. Hence, the volume of cylinder is 38.5 centimeter. So, in today's video, we learned the volume of cube, that is length cube. Then we learned the volume of a cuboid, that is area of base into product. And we learned the volume of cylinder, that is pi r square into. So, that was it for this chapter. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the Bodhi Academy.